Welcome to the Echoes of Life podcast, and today we have a wonderful visitor, and I'm very sure there's a lot to unpack. So stay tuned. We have here Mrs. Mercy Okuntifa. So it's so good to see you, ma.
Thank you.
I heard your story, and I felt it's very touching, and that's the reason why I decided to bring you to the show. And so I would like that the audience hear the story, because I know that there are many people out there that it will inspire, and also it will do a lot to the body of Christ. So where should we start from with this story? I think we should start from the main. So I started, and everything led to the point of the setup thing.
Okay, I think I'll start from when I gave my life to Christ. I'm from a Muslim background, and my name happens to be Suliat. Yes. So 11/5/95, I gave my life to Christ, and since then it had been from one persecution to the other from my parents. Then, because I was young, I was 11 plus at that time, so it wasn't easy for me. It was not easy for them to accept that a Muslim child had become a Christian, and I think it was easy. My daddy was really one taking care of us. I grew up with my dad. So after some time, I noticed he began to take me from one place to the other, telling people that they want to take out the Spirit of God, of Christ from me. I'll put it in Yoruba this way, just short like that. So that's what they were trying to do. So everywhere they took me to, I knew they took me to some affairs. They took me to some white garment churches. They took me to even a bishop, an Anglican bishop. When we entered into his house, he now brought out this Ifa, something, pressing Ifa and all that.
A bishop?
Yeah. When we got into his house, the front of the door was Christian calendar, you see rosary, all those things. I don't know, she had put all those Christian pictures, which I thought her with people that have come to join, people I just knew Christ. By the time we entered the house, I saw the whole thing was a sham. I saw the wood, the glass pot and everything. I used to check. He was asking me questions. I didn't really give attention. But in long short of it, all those things, all the concussions I was taking, soap and all those things they were using to bat me, I think I was emotionally depressed. I felt so bad at how could my family treat me this way, because I was getting a lot of beating aside those maltreatments and abandonment I was experiencing from my family. I was experiencing a lot of beating. I and my other brother were the only ones that gave our life to Christ at that time. We gave life to Christ 5/5/95 and brought the Foursquarean zone to preach to us, people from New Estate Baptist Church and Foursquare. I think they harmonized together then in Aguda, where I grew up, to preach to us. So, and that was how the journey started. All I could remember was a particular day I went to my dad's table where he has his file. I scattered the whole file and I turned everything upside down. The whole house was upside down, kitchen everywhere. I don't know what got over me. By the time my daddy came, he was very angry and began to beat me. In the process, my leg was crushed. My left leg was crushed and became swollen. I rushed to the hospital. Got to know that my leg has been fractured, dislocated. So they put POP on me so that I can get better. But because then I was in secondary school and I usually go for evangelism during break. When I was young in Christ at that time. Then I was already going to around 14 years old, going through, this was 97, 98. So I told them I can't be in the hospital because I have to go to evangelize during the break time. My break time I don't eat. I go out to preach the gospel for my co-mates in my secondary school. So I told them I can't be on this bed. I have converts, then Deeper Life was controlling our secondary schools then. So you give us names of converts you have to preach to when you have your time or during break. So I just prayed on my leg. I removed the PUP and I prayed and I was limping. I began to walk with the leg gradually. And after some time, I was walking gradually then. Next thing I saw is that I just found myself in Oyo State. I don't know how I got there. I found myself in a CNS church there in my hometown, and he said they brought me there for healing so I can get healed. I wasn't behaving normal. He said I was insane. I don't know if I was insane because I knew I wasn't. He said I was insane. And I was in that place for I think 9 months.
So sorry, was it that the way you were behaving made them feel you were insane?
According to them, I wasn't tearing my clothes. I was just over speaking. I was speaking, but I remember that the clothes I wore to that place, I remembered I tore it myself. Because they showed those things to me later. I saw those clothes that I actually tore. As in,
and the overspeaking happened to be the result of the depression,
yes.
Taking you from one place to the other,
all
and
the
making you.
maltreatments, yes, it was really, I was young. My daddy loves me a lot. So I knew I was his favorite. I was wondering how would somebody who loves me now behave like that. I was seeing the other side of him.
Because you gave a life to Christ.
So back to the story I was telling you. All I could remember is I was just singing, being a Christian. Even when I wasn't a Christian, I went to a Christian school, but we sing a lot of praises, so I knew all those songs. All I was just doing at that point, I was just singing. And I was there for close to, if not a year. They call the place Temple at Torin is saying. People that are familiar with the place will know where I'm talking about. Temple at
Okay, it's a church.
It's a church, it's a CNS church. Temple at the same. Well, what they do there is that they take care of people that are insane, people that have insanity issues, mental issues. The man in charge there, what he does is that he takes care of them. So I was taking them. And after some months, I got over, and then the man told my daddy that, okay, if you want this girl to have her life, you have to release her to be a Christian. That except if you don't do that, she will not amount to anything in life.
That's the man in the temple.
The prophets, they call them, not this their woli.
Okay.
The apostle told my dad that if you want to enjoy this lady or this child, just allow her to be this. This is the way God has designed for her. Forget that she's coming from you as a Christian and Muslim family. That just leave her, let her be. That's the only way she can be God wants her to be. And I said, okay. All he wants is that I should get healed and be okay. And the man said, I'm fine. That after the Thanksgiving, I can start worshiping with them at the CNS church. So 98, fast track to year 2000, I was with them. But I noticed that all those that man healed that I knew that were my age mates, I think I was close to 18 then. I was 11, I gave my life to Christ 95. At that time I was 14, 15. I was still with them till I was 18. So
the CNS people.
Yeah, I was still with them till year 2000. So my friends that were there, that were age mates, I saw the man marry them. Gave birth to a child for him, if not one or two. They were my friends, we were in the choir together.
The prophet in the church.
Yeah.
So when he
heals them, he marries them. That's the covenant. But my parents didn't tell me about it. I wasn't told, I wasn't aware. So December 5, year 2000, I was just to the Baba said he wants to see you. That is a vigil. I like vigil because I know we have enough time to sing and dance. By the time I got to the church, I was the only one there. The place was dark. They now had this small room. They used to put alori, what do you call them, when they say they go into trance. Where they used to put, there's a small room. So they put me there. I slept there, but I knew that they drugged me because everything I was saying was double. Everything I was saying was double. When I got there, I now saw that somebody was trying to open my undies, drag down I was wearing a short knicker under my cloth, and I was on my period. So when I saw the person, I was like, what was going on? I couldn't really control the fever. When I knew it was the man because I saw him. And now he now said, what's the ancient country? It's a taboo to them to touch a woman that is on her period. So I think that was what saved me. So the next day, my eyes were clear, and I told Baba, I said, Baba, what were you trying to do to me yesterday night? Your work will be distracted in your question, but you want to touch me. I'm a virgin. I have not even known any man. At this small age of mine, what have I done to you? The man said I should keep quiet, that my parents, they are in cohort with him, that they've handed me over, that he should marry me. And I remember then, I prayed my dad on it, and he told me that I know that my mom is not here, that this man is not taking care of me, and his younger sister was taking care of me while I was there. But I turned it down that I'm not going to marry that man because I have plans for my life. And I know that God has plans for me, so. And that was how I left the place. I now joined CSC Okiayo at Isen, Omoloju. So since then I was in CSC, I was there. So what I noticed is that I was being abandoned. I didn't come only once in a year or maybe twice a year to see me at Isen. But when he sends money to me, his mom will not give me out of the money. And I'm a lady, I'm very young. When I go to the farm with her to bring produce, she sells them, she won't give me the money. The things I brought, like wood, I bring wood, bamboos and everything, I fetch it. When she sells them, she doesn't give me the money, and I needed to survive. So what I did is, my teachers in school, I went to Isen District Grammar School, IDGS in Isen. So my teachers would rotate their house chores with me. I go to their house on Saturdays, I do their house chores. When I do it, they give me money, they give me food. So that money I used to take care of myself throughout the week for the school. Then when those one doesn't work, I go to where they produce cassava, that's Gary, in my own town. They call that place Barracks in Isen. People that are very familiar with that place, it's called Barracks. So I go there to peel cassava. So they can give a whole heap for 10 naira. 10 naira back in 2000 was still something. So when I do those peeling, I peel. I don't know how to fry because I'm on Meko now, but I cannot fry. I'm not good with fire. So I just peeled it. When I peel, they give me the money. I go there and use that to feed. Then sometimes my teachers, when they bring food to school, they rotate their food. If my biology teacher gives me food today, the science teacher will give me food tomorrow. As when they are leftovers, I mean now. And some of them will actually give me food. A particular teacher that is late now, Mr. Adeleke, yes, for blessed memory, he would take me in as his daughter. In fact, my dad had invited me to him, said, "You shouldn't worry that my dad is not here, he will take care of me." So during break time, if I need anything, I go to him. If he has money, he gives me. Whatever he has, he supports me. So that was how I survived in school. So fast track to coming back to Lagos.
Yeah, are we getting close to the part of Okay,
that's
where I wanted
have to give out some things.
All right, so.
I left the family I was living at Ibadan. I left them to come to Lagos to stay with my mom. And I was so happy staying with my mom because I never grew up with her. I never saw my mom with my dad a day.
So your mom was in Lagos?
But she was in Lagos, and I've never lived with her before. I only see her when she comes once in a while to see us, to bring gifts for us. That was the time I knew she was my mom. It took me time to know that she was my mom. I didn't know. Because I had my daddy's wife, seeing them as my mom, my stepmothers. I thought they were my mom until I saw my mom.
Well, your dad didn't tell you about your mom?
No, it's not that he didn't tell us, but we're not family. She wasn't even with us. So I was small. I was just when he took me from my mom.
Okay, you married another woman?
Yeah, another woman. Yeah.
One?
He had about 4 wives.
Okay.
So I was with the third one. Was that with the third one at that time? I think it was with the fourth one.
Was it the third one that was doing like a mother to you?
All of
or
them,
how come you didn't ask?
Tried. All of them.
So you never thought he didn't tell you anything?
I knew they were my mom, but
okay.
My mommy wasn't in the picture, so I took them like my mom. Understand? So they were all nice, even though some of them were not, but at least the present one that still with him now was very nice to me. That was the fourth wife. I used to see with my dad presently. So I was staying with my mom and alright. I don't want to be emotional at this point.
It's okay to be emotional.
You know when you try things that being with your mom is everything. A mother that you never stayed with and you're yearning for your mother's love. I never had any person caring for me like a mother. People that were just nice to me as church members and the rest. When I came back to her, she was a trader, she sells food, she sells things. So I was working with her. And I noticed that those people that are customers, when I go to give them stuffs, they tend to molest me, trying to touch my body. And when I report to her, she doesn't flinch like.
That's your mommy?
Yeah.
Okay, that time you were selling stuff for her?
She was selling food.
Okay.
So in the evening, we'll go to a beer parlor in Lagos Island to sell pepper soup. So there's a law firm beside us. When I go to give those lawyers pepper soup, they will try to touch me and I'll report to her. She'll be like, I should not be angry. It's a normal thing in Lagos Island. It's not a big deal. I can't touch my body. I don't like that kind of a thing. So I pressed my siblings and they cautioned her that I shouldn't do that. But to my shock, I noticed that was the way of life of people on the island then. It wasn't seen any big deal. If anybody, like their boyfriend or something, is molesting their daughter, it wasn't seen as big deal. Just like a normal thing. But I wasn't comfortable with it. And we had a lot of clashes and it got to say I had to move out from my place to start getting another job elsewhere. I was teaching. After some time, I was staying with the family, the Lugandra family. I was with them. It was from their house that I went to do my external WAEC exam, which I used to get adjourned to last. But before that, after that time,
after I have left your mom,
after I went back to her again. She got under accommodation. When I left that job, I had to go back to stay with her. So I was now around 27, 28. She was now worried that you're having several breakups. No man, you're the one that I used to sit with you. This your ugliness. He's not dating you. What is the problem? I said, Mommy, when God is ready, he will give me a husband now. No, virgin at this age. when I was at your age, I've had all my children.
Mm.
That was our discussion as mother to daughter. So I felt she was worried. Likewise, my dad, my siblings, and people around me. Then a particular night, I was coming from choir practice with my choir master. Can I mention his name?
No problem.
Okay, his name is now an elder, Edarutimi Adebanji. We're coming from the rehearsal together. So normally what we do is that every choir living in our houses, we will leave the church together on the island. So we would come together to our. So he will see me off to my house, make sure that I've gotten home. His house was just a mission house. She was a mission house close to my mom's place. Just a strong throw, just walk down. When he got to that place that night, I said, "Where's your mom? Mom is not at home." So he was like waiting for her to come back. He was there 9 o'clock. Mommy wasn't back, and I thought I was the only one staying with her at that time. My younger brother, I don't know where he went. He wasn't around. So when he stayed at me, I went to like around 10. He said, mommy has not come. So he left and told me that okay, if mommy arrives, I had a small phone, call him to let him know. But we noticed that when he was talking with me in the house, my mom's step-husband's younger brother came and told him that I should get out of the room. He wants to speak with me. I said, why do you want to speak? But I don't talk to you in this house. It was a room. My mom stays in a room. The next room in that flat was the man staying there. Because the house happened to be the house of my mom's my stepfather's house.
Okay.
So my stepbrother is staying with my mom. So they gave my mommy to stay in that house because she's a wife there. So the husband's sibling is the person I'm talking about now. He chased down my choir master out of the room, and that guy was like, "He's not been anywhere." He said, "If he doesn't go, he's going to wound him and threaten him." That guy's okay. You know what will happen? This is what is going to happen. Lock the door behind you and don't open the door for this man. So I locked myself inside. The guy keep banging the door, keep trying to open the door. I was like, "What do you want?" He said, "It's your mommy that sent me. Said that you are a virgin. You don't have anybody that would sleep with you. That I should help him." Help her open me up. I said, open me up. Is it somebody like you that you're a drunkard? You're not even normal. Will you help my mommy to open me up? So all my neighbors in that axis came out. This is terrible. People crowded our environment. Mommy didn't come home until 1 a.m. that night. When she came, she asked the man, I remember, she said, The man answered she wasn't able to do anything. That was when my neighbors now came out that, why? What has this girl done to you? Why will you do this to your own daughter? And that night they said, go and ask her, is she your real mother? And she really give birth to you to your father? But this is strange. They've never had anything like this before, that a mother would recognize someone to rape her daughter. And I just did some, out of my anger, I allowed her to sleep. Don't judge me. I took her knife in the night and I told her I was going to stab her. She told me who my father is that night. Mm-hmm. Yes, I said, if you don't tell me, I will stab you and I will stab myself. So it's better you tell me who, because you cannot be my mother and you are getting somebody to rape me. I have suffered a lot to keep myself. I cannot at this point lose my virginity over a man that is not even my caliber. Now even my stepfather's younger brother. What kind of life do you want for me?
Are you sure you're my mother?
Are you sure you're? And she said she's my mother. She was crying. She now said, when I buy something father, say Lara, that maybe I'm now insane. So the next day she invited my siblings to come around. And when those one came, I said, look at what has happened. Can you take it? I just want to like, no. How can you try that? Say, you said, how to help your daughter? And to not cut, because my long story short, after my meeting with my siblings, I took my things and left her place, and I went to be sleeping in the church. CSA Betrayal. Then my pastors heard about it, and the board of elders also. They said they should go and interview my mom. That this thing was unheard of. That they not to show I was just lying. I don't come and start. People are leaving the church like me. Maybe I was lying. I wanted to come and be squatting like other youths I'm saying in the church. Pastor Dakobiri is still alive. Yes, Pastor Dakobiri and Pastor Gideon Monjadegbe followed me to my mom's place, and they said, "Mommy, church wa longwa, and then mo ipe no mama say church wa. This is what we heard from her. Is this true?" And she told them, "Mercy okin paro, whatever she tells you is true." And they were all shocked. And they now told her, she said she's not staying with you again, that she wants to be leaving the church. Should we go ahead with taking? We should go. She has always been with you people now. She works, because I work in the church staff. At that time, I was working as a site supervisor in the church. So that was how I left my mom's place to be staying in the church, while I was sleeping there. So after some time, I got a couple that took me in for 9 months. I stayed with them. After some time, the family, that person that could be the wife, gave me a house at Shipilo at Pangu, where I stayed for 4 years, 2010 to 2014. From that 2014, when was when I got married. So from that house, I went to my husband's house. That was how I got married.
So this is a very touching one. It's a very touching one, and I feel like that people out there that this has happened to. If you have something like this, or you have happened to be in a scenario like this, you can just drop a comment, and also let's hear your own story. So I'm just curious here. After that time, after you left, did you see your mom again?
Yeah, we see as once in a while she comes to see me in church. Sometimes she could just come. When I was in Pangu, she had come. When I fell sick sometimes, she came to visit me. But I know we didn't have this cordiality, wasn't there, because I was just trying to be careful. I was ready to lose down my guard. So even when I have people whoever I want to get married to, I wouldn't tell her on time. Maybe it was when I know that this person is serious, I'm not let her know. Okay, let me just tell you something else that happened before I got married. I was about to get married. I wanted to do my introduction November 8th. I can't remember the year now. It should be maybe around 2012. No, maybe 2012. A few days to my introduction, I saw that I and my partner was AS and he was AC. Initially did the test, the church that we should do for counseling. We did the test check. I was AA, he was AS. Few weeks to our planning, counseling, then the church wants us to make it official that we are partners. They now brought it that they had the wrong results. I was shattered, but that was my 14th breakup. Yeah. That was the 14th one. So my husband is the 15th person I married.
What? Sorry. It's not funny. Sorry.
It's not.
Sorry.
I can laugh over it now.
Sorry.
But it was really painful.
14th breakup. Well,
yeah.
What happened? What happened? First, second, third, fourth. 14.
I can't really be going to do, but let me just tell you let me tell you what's really happened.
Well, is there something just synonymous
there's something I personally took as a vow to God. I told God that due to what I've gone through in life, I said, God, I don't want to get married anyhow. One, two, I want to make sure that my husband knows that he's virgin to me. I said, God, if I peradventure allow any man as a willing, like just give myself that sleep with me, that I should die on that spot.
That was the vow.
That was the vow. And I said, if any man tries to rape me, why trying that means he should die there. So when those guys come and they are all Christians, I never dated a Muslim. Some of them are pastors' children. Yeah. Some of them are pastors' children. So yeah, some of them are pastors' children. They will tell me that they wanted to sound holy. So I gave them that gist. Either you try it and you died here, or you try it and you know what will happen, or I lose my life. So you have to choose one. And sometimes it's not really that. Some of them won't say. Some jobs are not just compatible. Because
they just feel like you are not. Sorry.
They said I was so spiritual. One told me, said you are too spiritual.
I want. We'll still go to the point of the AC and AS. But I want to ask a question. Okay. My question may be funny or so. What prompted you to have that agreement with God that you should die on the spot?
Yeah.
And do you think God will answer? Do you think if you have done it, God will actually kill you?
Well, I wasn't ready to. I wasn't even ready to believe God would do it or not. I used it as a kind of security for myself.
That God should kill you?
No.
You trusted yourself so much that.
I didn't trust myself. Why I did that for was I didn't trust myself, because I noticed I was having several attacks on people trying to rape me, people trying to molest, because I was cutting. I wasn't having a stable place to stay. At least I was a single for 15 years before I got married.
So fear didn't make you do it?
Fear, I wanted God to use that thing to put a fear in my heart because of that covenant. That if I'm remembering that covenant, I won't be able to give in to any, what do you call it now? Anybody that wants to say, okay, let me give you money, let me go over challenges.
But in your head, now, do you think that God would do such thing?
Even if God does,
or do you think God can do it? Let's assume that a random person makes such.
I know God respects covenants. If God does it, I know that He hasn't done it.
Do you think God can do if somebody have that agreement that God will, if I do this thing?
God is merciful.
Because there was a time that this story is yours. There was a time that I was battling with one or two things. Then probably masturbation and all. I told God, if I do it again, kill me. I still went back. I did it. But God did not kill me anyways. I just wanted to know that if you think that's way. Alright. So those people they left because of
Some of
One
them
or
were
two.
because of they were not compatible most times.
So-
Some were because they wanted sex before marriage, and I was ready to badge into that.
So your husband happened to be the 15th
The 15th
person.
person.
So what now? How did you guys now manage the AC and the AS and the AC thing?
Yeah, when they brought the results, my pastor now called us that, Auntie Mercy, you've waited. Then I was 28. I think I was about 28, 29. I think we were 28 then. So, and they said, what do you want to do? I said, I think you should wait too. Me and God, I have something to discuss because I prayed before I went with God told me I should go ahead. So if this is happening, then I have to go back to God and ask him why this is happening. The pastor said, okay. I said when I prayed, God showed me a vision of a traffic light. And the traffic light was showing green. And I should go ahead. And I still had other means I used, God speaks where I used to confirm, likewise the other person. So when the issue of the SC happened, I said, I wouldn't even go there. I don't want to experience having a sickle cell because I believe the family that had such a child, and I knew it wasn't easy. I see the crisis. It wasn't palatable. I didn't want to go through the same ordeal. The other person too was like, doesn't want to search for our children. So we were very good at parting ways because we knew that we were both matured. We didn't want to cut our children. No, it wasn't about just the love we had for each other. So when I went back to pray, I said, God, you're not out of conviction. Please, you need to speak to me. I need to make a drastic decision. And behold, God is faithful. I saw a traffic light again and it was showing red. It was pointing to me red. And I know that red means stop. So I go back to my pastor, follow on show. This was the pastor in my church. I said, Pastor, this is what God showed me. So what do you want to do? I said, I'm not going ahead. He said, but your introduction is in 7 days. I said, it doesn't matter. I'll call my family. Do my introduction.
But wait, people of God, wait. I need to ask, what will make God show you green light before? And within the space, was it up to like 3 years? Within the space when God showed the green light and when red light?
We're already in courtship for I think a year plus.
So let's say within the space of a year, the same God now showed you in the same way now showed red light.
That was my experience.
So what do you think about it, sir?
Well, you know that if you are spiritual, let me put it this way, it's the level you have that God will use to operate with you. If I was the type that could hear God straight and say, don't go ahead, maybe God would just tell me, don't go ahead. That was the way God used, that was the means God was speaking to. That's through dream, through trance, or through the word of God.
So you never thought of why did God showed you green before and now later say, oh yeah, red?
Well, because I know that at that point, all I wanted to hear is, I wanted to see that green if I had my way. But God was merciful to assure me that red, don't bother, don't go ahead with it. Because what I was thinking of was just that I'm confirming my word, I'm staying with my word, go ahead with it. And if I had go ahead, I would have gone ahead as well. But because I didn't have that go ahead, I didn't push further. But if I had that go ahead, regardless of my genotype, I would have gone ahead. But I knew that it wouldn't be that easy. But thank God, God was merciful.
So you ended the relationship?
We ended it, two of us. We ended it. And my parent called, my mom, we were not happy, everybody called. They were trying to speak to me so I don't get depressed again and everything.
I think this story is a touching one, and this happens a lot, and there are a lot of people that are going through this. So your story has shown that grace sustained, because I know that there are still more later on in life. Maybe we'll bring you to the show again one time if we can dig deep, because I'm still interested in the marriage part. I know some people are so interested too. And if you're interested, you can drop it in the comment section. So by popular demand, we can see if we bring her. Thank you so much, man, for coming to the show. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for coming here. It's a good one to see you, and I hope that you watch this show when it comes out, and it's really lovely. Alright, thank you everyone for viewing this wonderful event and wonderful show this time. So we'll see by this time next week. Thank you. I want to say thank you to you. Bye.
Thank
Use
you.
your camera.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Alright, bye.